at great height. He was looking very straight, high up, prancing its four legs in the air, dancing. His four legs were just in the front, in as if prancing a moving horse, four legs in the air, and flourishing its tail in the loop. Flourishing means its tail was waving in the air, in the shape of a loop curve. Beside the horse stood the warrior with Sith. Okay, and beside that horse stood a warrior with a Sith. Sith is a small, a curvy weapon which is used to cut crops, like mustachios, bulging eyes, and aquiline nose. And how was that warrior looking? He was having mustachios, his eyes was bulging, and aquiline, hooked nose, curved nose. None in the village remembered the splendor of the horse, nor noticed its existence. And what happened? That no one, not a single person, was bothered about this magnificent horse who was standing there at the very end of the village. Okay, no one was bothered about, and they didn't even remember the splendor and the glory which the horse was known for. They didn't even notice about the existence of that horse. Ki by at the edge of the village, at the end of the village, there is a huge, beautiful, tall, and a very proudly looking horse which is made of clay and brightly colored. No one took notice of it. Even Munni, who spent all his waking hours at its foot, never bothered to look up. Okay, so Munni every day he used to come and sit there at his base on the pedestal, but he was damn least bothered to look up at the magnificent, proudly looking horse. Munni sat at the foot of the statue and he was watching his two goats graze when he noticed a new sort of vehicle coming down at full speed. Now, Munni, he was sitting on the pedestal of that horse statue and he was watching his two goats grazing. Then he noticed that a new sort of vehicle coming down at full speed. That a new vehicle was coming down the street towards him. And speed, it was in full speed. It looked both like a motor car and a bus. And that vehicle was looking like a motor car also and a bus. While he observed the yellow vehicle coming down, he was wondering how to describe it later when it sputtered and stopped in front of him. Now, he observed what was the color of the vehicle? The color of the vehicle was yellow color and it was coming towards him. And he was wondering that how he will describe this vehicle after that vehicle will come and stop in front of him. Sputtering means that noise which the vehicle makes. Okay. A red-faced foreigner who had been driving it got down and went around it. Now, who came down from that car? A red-faced foreigner. Okay, he might be an Englishman. Who had been driving it got down and went around it. Stooping, looking and poking under the vehicle. Then he straightened himself up, looked at the dashboard, stared in Munni's direction and approached him. Now, this red-faced person, he get down, something went wrong with his car, and then he get down from the car and he was looking at all his machines, looking down the car, everywhere, that what was something. And then he straightened himself, he just stood up and looked towards the dashboard of the car and he moved in the direction of Munni, where Munni was sitting. Excuse me, is there a gas station nearby, or do I have to wait until another car comes? Now, this man goes to Munni and he says, excuse me, is there any gas station nearby, or do I have to wait until another car comes? He suddenly looked up at the clay horse and cried, marvelous, without completing his sentence. And as he was speaking to Munni, he was questioning that do we have a gas station or I should wait for another car to come. He just looked upwards to that towards that horse and he said that marvelous. Okay, The villagers, those who were living in the village, they didn't appreciate it, or they didn't even noticed about that beautiful horse. And this person who came from outside, he was awestruck. He was so much happy. He was and delighted when he saw that horse. Munni felt he should get up and run away, and cursed his age. Now, here there is a language barrier. Munni, he assumed that this man, he was just scolding him or saying something, and he was thinking that if I would have been a young fellow, I would have ran from here. Though he tried, he could only easily extricate himself from his seat. And though he tried, he was very old, और वो जितना भी कोशिश किया वो बस अपनी जगह से थोड़ा सा हिल सका. And then there was also the problem of the goats. एक तो उसका एज का प्रॉब्लम था, दूसरा क्या प्रॉब्लम था? गोट्स का. He could not leave them behind. और वो अपने गोट्स को पीछे छोड़ के नहीं जा सकता था. The red-faced man wore khaki clothes, evidently a policeman or a soldier. Now that red man, he was wearing a khaki color, and khaki color is generally worn by whom? Policeman or any soldier. So it was assumed by him. He paced around the statue with his eyes fixed on it. Paced means he was moving around the whole statue. His eyes were fixed on that horse statue, and he was looking at that statue, or fixed eyes. Munni sat frozen for a while, frozen still, and then fidgeted and tried to edge away. And he's slowly trying to edge away, to move away from there. Now the other man suddenly pressed his palms together in a salute, smiled and said, "Namaste, how do you do?" Now this man, when he saw Munni there, he just pressed his hands in a form that he was giving respect to Munni, and he said that, "Namaste, how do you do?" At which Munni spoke the only English expressions he had learnt. And what was the? Yes, no. Having exhausted his English vocabulary, he started in Tamil. Now, this was only the English vocabulary, yes and no, which he knew. And then he started in his regional tongue, Tamil. "My name is Munni. These 2 goats are mine." This man, he is Munni, he is speaking in Tamil. And this red-faced man, he is speaking in English. So, in the very starting of this chapter, children, I said that I just talked to you about how one will communicate when one is not aware of a place regional tongue. Okay, when he does not know about its local language, and what are the drawbacks or what problems one faces when one is not aware of any local language where he visits, or when there is a language communication barrier. Okay, let's move further. A foreigner faithfully looked in the direction indicated by Munni's finger. So this Munni, he just put his finger straight, and he said that my name is Munni, and these are the 2 goats. Gazed for a while at the 2 goats, and with a puzzled expression said, "I come from New York." Now this red foreigner, he was looked at that direction in which Munni was showed, and then he said in a puzzled expression, "I come from New York." So from where this red-faced foreigner came? He came from New York. He took out a wallet from his hip pocket and presented his card. And this man, he showed him the card that, "See, I am from New York." Munni shrank away from the card. Something very new, something very amazing, or something very fearsome for Munni. And when he saw the card, he just shrank. He just moved back. Perhaps he was trying to present a warrant and arrest him. Now see how the story takes a funny turn. This man, he is showing him the card to show that he is from America, and he wants to show that in America he stays there, lives there, and works there. But Munni took it in a wrong way. Okay,